Hello and welcome to the 28th episode of the Bottom Knitting Podcast, Part 2. Last week I had a snafu where my iPad refused to acknowledge the fact that I had uploaded a video. I had made a video and YouTube refused to acknowledge the fact that I made a video. So nothing went up, but it seems like everything is in order now because I just did a little test and YouTube acknowledged that I did a little 2-second video. But last week's video still refuses to be acknowledged. So this week, hold on. This week, I guess technically I do have 2 weeks worth of knitting to show you, but it's still all on one project. So let's get on with it. It's the Speckles and Pop Shawl from the Mystery Knit Along by Stephen West. All four of the clues have been let out. I'm still partway through I'm still partway on clue number 3. But I can't really fully stretch it out to show you because of where I am in the clue. It takes a bit of time. So, well, this is where I am right now, if you can tell anything. But, let's see, how am I going to do this to show you? Because it's going to take too long for me to make it to the end, and I can't go back to the beginning to show you. So, if you remember correctly, if I remember where I'm going with this thing, I was working my way up through the chevron section, right? And the last place I was where you can barely see it. Hopefully next week it will be further to finish and I can get to show it to you properly. Did I start? Sorry about there we go. So last time you had seen, I was about where that little dangly owl is. So I was going through my gray and I went through the blue, finished the entire blue section, which went on a chevron kick and ended off. And then I went on the next section, which kind of looks like that. I'm not certain if it was supposed to be ribbing. I kept going off on the stitch count or whatever, but I still love the way that it turned out, so it worked out good. So this part was all clue 2, so I finished that. So now I'm on clue 3 and then clue 4, and then I'll be done. And at the rate this is going, I might be able to finish it soon because right now apparently I've got nothing but time on my hands. But we'll save that for afterwards. So the main color yarns, let's see if I can remember these off the top of my head. This one is Honeybee Good from Raven Arts Fibre Co. The gray color is from, I can't remember again. It's written in one of my previous episodes at the bottom in the show, not in the show notes because I don't seem to do those anymore. But I think it was squid, something with a squid. I guess I'll tell you later. And then the blue one, I can't remember where that's from either. So I'll just put all 3 of the yarns at the bottom in my show notes. And those are the colors that I'm using for all of them. But if you get the chance and you get this pattern later on, it's beautiful. I love it. This actually looks very wearable and normal to me based on the finished pictures that I've seen online on both Ravelry and Instagram. So I'm looking forward to working on that. I didn't touch anything else for the rest of my knitting season. I spent the entire time working on that, working on school. No, not school, because that's not quite possible right now. And, going to work and that kind of stuff. So, when I finish the shawl, I think I'm going to work on finishing up a couple more pairs of my socks, because I went over it last week, and I have probably got 8 pairs inside there, 8 or 9 pairs. Actually, let me double check. No cutting away for these ones because I can't do any fancy editing anything. I didn't even clean them back up again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I have 8 pairs of socks inside my box of socks. So I got another 4 pair to finish for the year. I also mentioned it on last week's episode that nobody got to see. That I don't think I'm going to be participating in the box of socks again because I literally have a drawer full of socks plus this box here. I have more than enough socks to last me for a while. So if I knit, I'm just going to knit not to get to 12 pairs or anything like that because I'm going to run out of space to put these things, and it's not like my socks are falling apart. I think I have like one that may need a little bit of repair, and that's it. Like even my first pair of socks still don't need any kind of repair. So we're going to skip over doing the box of socks for next year. I don't know what else my future projects are going to hold from that because it's pretty much just finishing projects. I did get one stash enhancement. I I think I've talked about this from one of the first episodes that I really like the Doodler shawl by Stephen West, which was last year's mystery knit along, and he had a sale that probably ends, I think he said tonight. I'm not certain what time zone that is, and probably your guys are not going to get to see it. Today's October the 25th, so if you guys don't get to see it, well, it is. So it was 29% off on the pattern, so I bought it because I knew I would want it. So I am now the proud owner of the Doodler pattern. I have no idea what yarn I'm going to use for it yet, but I'm going to go through what I have. I may dye up something for it. I have no idea. That's still very much up for grabs. Oh, see, I'm mentally trying to remember everything, most of the stuff that I said from last week. I had realized that I did not have the opportunity to vend my yarn like I had wanted to at that wool festival that was happening somewhere in Toronto that one of my friends is going to be going to. So because I have it and it's sitting down there now, I'm gonna make the actual effort to open up my Etsy shop. I technically have one, but there's nothing in there. I thought about it from a long time ago, so I'm going to hopefully within the next week get that up and running. But there's like stuff that I want for it that I don't have yet, so we'll see how well that works. I make no guarantees as to when that will happen. So I'm not even going to even put the name of the Etsy shop or anything yet until I get everything finalized. So hopefully that will be within the next week or two to get that all done. So that's pretty much it for all of my knitting related stuff. Personal wise, I go to school in Ontario in Canada. I'm actually in college, and there's currently a strike going on. I'm not one to really fully take sides, or I don't publicly say what my side is. I know what I believe, but, you know, I'm not actually in the situation, but other than the fact that I have no classes to go to for the next little while. So I've got nothing but time on my hands, so I'm trying to either get as much work as I can, like hours at my workplace, to get that, get extra money. Might as well. What else can you do? So between that and maybe I'll take the opportunity and, work on dyeing some more yarn and see how well that works out for me, and finishing up my knitting project. So that is really pretty much it. I don't have much of anything else to deal with, so I'm going to kick my feet up, catch up on my TV shows, which I'm obviously not falling behind because of the strike. So I'm going to get all that stuff done, sit down and relax, and then see what else takes me. Oh, no, I forgot something else. Okay, so I came home from work yesterday, and my mom was like, oh, I'm so sorry about the mess I left in your room. I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, what kind of mess could this woman have possibly left in my room? She apparently took all of my yarn, and some of them are, you can see them, they're right up there. Other ones are in my bin that I have on my floor, to show them to my grandfather, to show him what I've been doing, because he only knows that every once in a while I'll just take down a whole bunch of stuff down to the downstairs kitchen, and I'll be down there for like hours, and then I'll just come all the way back up, and he's like, what is she doing? So he actually got to see some of the stuff that I dyed, and apparently he thinks it looks very nice. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. But most of the stuff that's up there are ones that I have gotten from other people. There are a few skeins in there that I dyed, but those are the ones I guess I'm keeping completely for personal things. And then the one inside my my bin are the ones that are, well, we'll see if they go up for sale. So that is everything. I hope to see you guys again. I realized I forgot to give all my information, but I'll put everything in the underneath the video so that you can get to see how to contact me, how to see me. Oh, I forgot about my one downside for last week that I forgot. I had planned to go to the meeting for the Knitters Guild, and I was not able to go because they scheduled me to work, so I missed it. And there was somebody interesting that I wanted to see as well. But hopefully I'll be able to, in a sense, get in contact with the group who's in charge of that later on and get to see it later. But I'm hoping that for the next meeting, who I don't even know who's going to be there, I get to be there. So that's everything, I promise. So I will hopefully see you guys next week and get myself back on the regular schedule. So that's everything. Bye.